Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm testing out the newly reformulated Patrick Ta highlighter duos. I picked them up in the shade Baby and Daddy. I'm so excited to test these out for you guys. I will also be doing an almost full face of Patrick Ta. So if that sounds like fun to you, please stick around. Please also like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, so before we get into the highlighters, I want to try out Patrick Ta's foundation. Now, I've never tried this before. My mom uses this and it looks gorgeous on her. And I'm always asking her, can I try it? Can I give it a shot? Today is the day. This is the shade Fair 2 and this is the Cream Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo. So that is what it looks like. I hope it's the right shade match. The funny thing is that we've been sharing foundation products for a while now because our complexions are getting closer together. It's weird. It was never her foundation shade. She was never mine. But as the years have gone on, I don't know. We've gotten to be the same shade. It's weird. But I'm going to test this out and I hope it's a good shade match. Ooh, it's creamy. So I'm going to apply a little bit to the face and then buff it out. Again, I've never used this before. So we're going to see how it goes. Push the hair back a little bit. And I'm going in with the BK Beauty 101 brush. Ooh. That's pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to need a little bit more. I was looking at Patrick Ta's website, and Patrick Ta recommends that you do a very glowy base for this foundation. So I went in with my gold standard for glowy skin, which is the Rhode Glazing Milk and the Barrier Butter. I literally cannot stop using that combination under my foundation. It's the best. And who else is excited that Rhode is coming to Sephora? September 4th, Rhode will be available at Sephora, which is very exciting. I think it's a pretty good shade match, actually. And that is a beautiful glow on the skin. Okay, so because this is a cream, I'm just blotting with my hands and kind of just evening that out a little bit. Now that the cream foundation is on, I have to say, this is gorgeous. My mom's not getting this foundation back. All right, she'll get it back, but I will use it more often. This is supposed to minimize the appearance of pores, give a dewy, glowy finish, and I have to say, it's beautiful, and it feels really nice on the skin. It's a little bit tacky. I'm going to set it with the powder now, but really, really pretty. Love the way it feels. It feels like you have nothing on the skin. It's not heavy, even though it's a cream. Really, really beautiful. So very happy that I tried this. Now I'm going to put the powder on. Taking my BK Beauty 103 brush and just getting all up in the powder there. I'm going to tap it. Just giving a light dusting kind of all over there. I would say that this foundation is a little bit stickier when you're first putting it on, so make sure you put your hair back. And I have to say what I love about this is not catching on to any dry patches. I don't know, lately my skin just not behaving. It's been very dry and then also breaking out on top of it. I have a few imperfections going on that I normally don't get. And this is not catching on to any dry patches. It's great. It's not enhancing texture. So Mom, if you're watching, I will give this back to you, but I will be coming to you many, many times to use this because this is beautiful. Okay. Even though this is not a video about Rhode, I do want to mention, like I said, I've been having issues with my skin the last few weeks. I don't really know what's going on. So I tried out the Rhode Glazing Milk and the Barrier Butter at night as my nighttime moisturizer routine. And I have to say it really did help clear up my skin. So if you're struggling with like imperfections, dry skin, just your skin isn't behaving, try this combination of the Rhode Glazing Milk and the Rhode Barrier Butter. I think it might help you clearing up your skin. Okay, so just showing you up close. This is the finished look with the foundation. I wouldn't say it's full coverage. I would say it's medium, definitely buildable, but really beautiful. And what I love about it is you feel like you have nothing on your skin. So really, really pretty. Okay, and just popping on a little bit of concealer. So as far as I know, Patrick Ta does not make concealer. So I'm just popping on a little bit of House Labs. One of my favorites. And this is in the shade 06 Fair Rosy. Taking my BK Beauty N14 brush and just popping on that concealer. Recently, BK Beauty had their 6th anniversary sale to commemorate 6 years of their business. And I put in a very substantial order. Substantial. Like, not crazy, but it was more than $20, let's put it that way. But I do use those brushes every single day, and I use them here on my channel. So it's for business, it's for research, right? It's for science, like I like to say. This is all science, research, experimenting. It's all part of it. Okay, so let's go in with a little bit of blush. This is the Patrick Ta She's That Girl Blush Duo. Here it is. I'm just going to put a little bit on because I do not want to take away from the highlighter. And we're going to go in with the powder first. And I'm using my BK Beauty 109 brush, and I am rubbing into the back of my hand to get some of that excess off and make sure it's evenly dispersed on the brush. Putting a little bit on this side. Okay. And as we all know, Patrick Ta's blushes are very pigmented. And if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that I always over blush and have to fix it. So I'm just lightly dusting whatever's left on my foundation brush. And I normally wouldn't go over the whole blush, but again, it's very pigmented and I don't want to take away from the highlighter. So and I just did a very subtle application of the blush because I want to emphasize the highlighter and I don't want to take away from that. So this is just a little bit of blush just to give it a little healthy glow. So another thing that I stole from my mom, this is the eyeshadow duo from Patrick Ta. This is the Talk to My Team duo. This is just absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. I'm taking my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the shade Eden and just very lightly putting that on. And for this eyeshadow duo, I like to use my hands just because it's so sparkly. I have found that when I use a brush with these duos, it just doesn't work as well, so I'm going to use my fingers. So pretty. I really need to pick up more shades of this duo, even though, like I said, this is my mom's. But I do use it. And I want to buy one of his larger palettes because I love the formula of his eyeshadows. Beautiful. Okay. So now I'm going in with this darker shade. On camera, it's pulling up almost like a rose gold, but in person, it's gold. I don't know why the camera is making it look like that. And I just love like the accessibility of his products. Because really, you can just throw this in your purse. You can throw the foundation in your purse, the blush duo. It's just so easy. And you can use your fingers for a lot of these products if you're on the go or if you just prefer that method of application. And I have to say, with as much sparkle as these eyeshadows have, there's like no fallout under the eye there, which is really impressive. So pretty, right? So this is Talk to My Team. I'm loving this whole look. I love this. Okay, so off camera, I threw on a little bit of Rare Beauty eyeliner and Benefit mascara just to complete the eye look. And now we're going to move on to the star of today's show, which is the newly formulated Patrick Ta highlighters. I'm so excited to try these. Any day that Patrick Ta comes out with a new product is a good day. So let's get into it. Okay, so I picked up 2 shades. I picked up the shade Baby and Daddy. So let me show you Baby first. Let me take off the plastic. Okay, so that is Baby, a beautiful, gorgeous baby pink. And this is the shade Daddy. Like a beautiful bronzy highlighter. I'm a little bit nervous about this one on my complexion, but this is research, this is science. So we're gonna test this out and see how it goes. So one of the shades that I really wanted was called Honey. It was this beautiful champagne gold highlighter set. but unfortunately it wasn't available yet. But I'm really excited to try these. Let's swatch these. First, I'll do the cream. And then the powder. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so it's hard to pick this up on camera because it is so finely milled. But that is the shade Baby. Beautiful light pink. And then grabbing the shade Daddy. Sometimes the names of these products make you laugh. Like, why would you name a highlighter Daddy? I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if you can really see it on camera. So that is the shade Daddy right there. I think what the problem is with why they're not showing up on the swatches is because this is such a finely milled product. It's hard to pick up sometimes the sparkle with the lights that I have on. But in person, I would say that the shade Baby is just a beautiful iridescent pink. It has a little bit of like not an orange undertone. It's almost like how to describe it? Like a peachy pink undertone maybe. And the shade Daddy is just a beautiful bronzy highlighter shade. So really, really pretty. Let's try these on the face. So I'm going to be taking my Makeup by Maro F1 brush and going in with the powder first. And then I'll pop on the cream. Okay. Ooh. I know the purpose of this video is me testing out this product for you guys, but the chances of me not liking this product, I think, are very, 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 very low. That is gorgeous. You seen that? Now, I know already we have kind of a glowy face to begin with, but that is beautiful. And it's so subtle. It's not a chunky glitter. It's not in your face. It just has a beautiful iridescence to it. And it just captures the light. See? That is gorgeous. So now I'm going to take the cream and just pop it on top. I know really you should be using a sponge for this, but I'm using my fingers. That is gorgeous. And I'm just going back in on the powder and just popping that on top of the cream to kind of layer it a little bit. Okay, so this side has no highlighter and this side does. What do we think? Okay. So that is Baby, and I think it's just, it's so subtle, it's so pretty, it's so glowy. I really do love it. And I love that it's not in your face glitter bomb, which I don't get me wrong, I do love a good glittery look sometimes, but this is just beautiful for more everyday, subtle, beautiful highlighter. Really pretty. Now we're gonna go with the shade Daddy. And you know, I didn't pick up the Patrick Ta brush for these, but I may have to in the future because I think the brushes I'm using are too chunky. Okay, so that is the first application of Daddy. That is the shade Daddy. That is the powder. And that's beautiful. Now I have, like I said, my skin's been acting up lately, so I have some imperfections. So just ignore that. That has nothing to do with the product. That's my issue. That is a gorgeous, natural looking highlight. I thought these were going to be like more in your face, and I love that they're not, because you can use them more for every day. I mean, you can use them for going out too, but sometimes you want a highlighter that's not a night out on the town type look. You just want something that enhances your natural glow. Okay. So now I'm going to pop on the cream on top using my finger. I know I should be using a sponge, according to Patrick Ta. For today, we're using our finger. You see that natural glow there? So just to compare, this is baby and this is daddy. Now I'm just going back in with the powder a little bit and just pressing it on top of the cream just to get a more dense application. Now I'm kind of going to do something crazy here. So because this isn't very heavy, I'm going to take the powder. I'm going to try to use it almost as a bronzer. All right, it's a little glowy, but let's go with it. Just experimenting, playing around with some makeup. It's a little glowy, as you can see, but very, very pretty. So let's look at the finished product. This is the shade Baby, and this is the shade Daddy. So I don't know which one I like better. It's so hard to choose. Again, ignore this texture on my face. This is a me problem, not Patrick Ta's problem. This is a beautiful, effervescent, iridescent type look. A little bit more, not blinding, but a little bit more eye-catching if you're looking for that impact. I think this is the shade for you. If you're looking for a more subtle, bronzy type glow lit from within, I think the shade Daddy is for you. And I'm very glad that it's not too dark because I was afraid of it with my lighter complexion that it wouldn't work, but I think it does. Absolutely beautiful. But I think they're both equally beautiful, and just I love this whole glowy look of the Patrick Ta products. I do want to pick up his bronzer. I also want to try out his liquid foundation. I think those are probably gorgeous too. But I just love this whole glowy look courtesy of Mr. Patrick Ta. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think. Please also like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really means so much to me, and I love having all of you guys here and building this little community of fellow beauty lovers. So thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.